Hey there, welcome back to Tim Talks Cooking. Today we are talking, get this, we are talking carbonara sauce. That's right, one of my favorite Italian sauces. Big, bold Parmesan and bacon flavors and cream sauce that is going to knock your socks off. So you want to get ready for this. Let's get started. Here are the ingredients you'll need to make this incredible, easy carbonara sauce. Starts off with a cup of heavy whipping cream, 4 egg yolks, and I'll show you how to separate eggs in the next segment. This is 5 ounces of Parmesan cheese, or this is Parmigiano Reggiano. If you have that, absolutely use it. It has great big flavor, a wonderful tang. It's really a delicious cheese. Here I've also got about, well, just over half a pound of bacon. In an authentic Italian recipe, you would use pancetta, but that's something that's just not available in my region easily at grocery stores around me, so I'm going to use hickory smoked bacon, and it'll be really delicious. You're also going to need freshly ground black pepper, and as always, a little kosher salt. Unsure how to separate an egg? Let me show you really quickly. You just give it a nice deliberate tap on the edge of your bowl, crack it into 2 neat shells if you can, and then you drain out the white part by tossing it gently back and forth between the 2 shells. And there you go, nothing to it. Now there are a number of ways you can cook your bacon. I like to do mine in a skillet like this on top of the stove. I do it over a medium heat. I start with a cold skillet, turn the flame on, and then I start to lay the strips of bacon just like this, side by side in the pan. This is what they look like after about 2 or 3 minutes. You can see they're starting to render the fat, and they're sizzling away. We're going to keep them on this medium heat. When you start to see a little color in the bottom of the pan, it's time to turn these over. Use a pair of tongs, and there you go. Well, or there you go. All right, it's going to cooperate. Now here we are after about 10 minutes, and they're getting pretty close here. As we're going along here, I'm turning them frequently in the fat to make sure they cook pretty evenly. And I think this is really only going to be a couple more minutes. This is about 3 minutes later, and you can see here our bacon is thoroughly browned, and I'm just going to remove it to a plate with a paper towel on it to absorb some of the grease. And that's all there is to it. You'll want to reserve a couple of tablespoons of this bacon grease. As for the cream sauce, this really couldn't be easier. Here we've got our egg yolks. I'm going to add our cup of heavy whipping cream. And I'm going to give that a good stir. We just want to get those combined well. Add in all that cheese. I've also reserved just a little bit of cheese to garnish with. A little freshly ground black pepper. Just a pinch of some kosher salt. Give it a mix. And we're good to go for the next step. I'm heating up my saucepan over medium heat, and here I'm just going to put our cheese mixture in here. This is a great recipe because there's no need to temper the eggs or be careful about heating the cream up. Here we're just going to use a medium heat. Everything is already all mixed up. Every drop of that out of the bowl. And I'm going to heat this gently and stir it. It's probably going to take about 5 minutes. After about 5 minutes, the cheese has melted, and we see it's a smooth but really rather thin sauce so far. We're going to continue cooking it while it thickens up. We want our sauce to be hot, but we don't want it to come to a boil. When you start to see it bubble, turn the heat down and keep stirring. As you do, it's going to get thicker and thicker. It's only been about 2 minutes, and you can see this is thickening up nicely. Look at that lovely consistency. If we, this is what's meant by coating the back of a spoon. Look at how that separates nicely. Give it a little taste for seasoning. Wow, that is great. This sauce is now done. I'm going to turn the heat off. At this point, I'm going to add 2 other ingredients. Now you can skip this one if you'd like, but this will add a lovely flavor and a little more fat if you're doing a low-carb, high-fat diet. I'm going to add a tablespoon of bacon grease, and as well as, of course, the bacon bits. And I'm only going to save a few out for garnish, but put all of those in there. Give it a stir, make sure everything gets nicely blended. And that right there is a carbonara sauce. Well, all right, it's time to give this a try. Man, this is just a beautiful, beautiful sauce. And make sure it's got the right seasoning here and everything. Mmm. Wow. That is so luxurious. Mmm. Really intense Parmesan flavor. That bacon in the background is savory and salty and delicious, and it has a beautiful silken texture that I think is going to really work in whatever dish you want to use this in. I've got intentions for this, but that's for another video. Anyway, listen, thanks so much for joining us here today at Tim Talks Cooking. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and especially subscribe before you go. We'll catch you next time.